Folks, today I'm going to talk to you again on another very important topic. That is two parts of you. So when you hear that, probably you might have thought, okay, he's talking about my mind and body. No, I'm not talking about your mind and body. I'm talking about you inside your mind, the two parts of you. Let's take an example. Something really bad happened recently to somebody known to me very well. There was some kind of bad incident between husband and wife, and because of that, there was a big turmoil between them. Now, when such an incident, it could be any incident in your life, when that happens, when actually that is happening, that incident is being recorded in your mind, and it is there as a memory, as an activity that's going on. At that point, it's just an incident that is inside your mind. But after the incident is over, when you try to analyze that, for example, asking questions, why it happened, what can I do about it, and things like that, then that one thing, which is the memory of that incident that happening, splits into two. That is you, the one who is analyzing the situation, and the thing that's being analyzed, the situation itself. The analyzer and the analyzed. This is the usual thing that J.Krishnamurti used to talk about when he was alive in the last century. And many people understood it, but not probably totally. Also, this is same thing as Shiva and Shakti, as I've been saying in my earlier videos. The one who is analyzing or who is witnessing is Shiva, as I called, and the one being witnessed is Shakti. And so when you analyze, these two things are two different parts. Usually, what people do is when such a bad incident happens in your life, what normally people do is they try to escape. They escape by putting a blame on somebody or putting blame on their fate, or they go to a temple and do some puja, or they worship and trying to get rid of that incident from their mind, or give them some kind of peace of mind to analyze it and manage that incident in their life. This is another usual technique is they go and sit down in meditation, and they try to suppress that event that happened, and then by any kind of escape techniques that people have been employing to kind of manage such incident. We all know that those incidents won't go away, and they come back again and again. Temporarily, you may suppress it, but it comes back and haunts you. So, how to deal with the situation? One important thing that you have to notice is that the analyzer and the analyzed is one and the same. That is, the one thing that happened in your life, when you try to manage it, that gets split into two. The one who is analyzing, managing, and the one that's being managed, that situation. Because of that split, one very, very important thing happens. The analyzer will not be able to understand exactly what is that situation, because these two things are different. How did I learn this? Because of my first spiritual experience. Let me recount that very briefly. As you all know, and as I have mentioned several times in my earlier videos, that I got fed up with all the talks about the God, so I just challenged God to come and tell me exactly what God is all about. And when I was sitting very strongly challenging this God, one day my top of my head started revolving, rotating very fast, and then something opened at the top of my head, and this golden light entered into my body and cleaned up and gave me a lot of extreme joy and so on. And this is the important part. When that was happening, the body filled with that golden light went in front of me, and then I could see it. Then the next moment, it will come and join with me. When it was in front of me, I won't be able to experience that joy. I won't know what is that in front of me. All that I know is that it is some kind of body. I know that it is my body. That feeling was there, but by the way, that's not a physical body. It's a kind of what people call subtle body, and it is there in front of me. But and I don't have any feeling of joy at that time. But when it comes and joins me, becomes one of me, one with me, then I could feel, I could see, experience what exactly is that. So it's very difficult, not I would say extremely difficult, impossible to understand what is in front of you till that one merges with you. In other words, the analyzer who is watcher, the watching, witnessing is merged with the thing that's being watched or analyzed. You really don't understand what is in front of you, what is happening. You cannot feel that, you cannot really understand it. This is what happens to people when there is something bad happens in their life. When they become too inside their mind, they try to analyze it. They could never ever understand what really that incident. They cannot really feel it, experience it, as long as the split is there between you and the thing that is being analyzed. But when these two things merge together, then there is something extraordinary happens. As a flash, for the first time that you will understand that situation fully, you will feel it. Since you experience it, there is suddenly how to manage that. That the situation will just flash in your mind, and then you will do the proper action. But you cannot force that incident that you are trying to manage to come and join with you, either by doing meditation or any such thing. It has to come on its own. That will come and join you if you just keep quiet without analyzing it. It will merge with you. Now, this is exactly same what in Hindu tradition, Saiva tradition, they say that Shiva and Shakti are one and the same. As I told you, that Shiva is the one analyzing or witnessing, the Shakti is the one that's being witnessed. And when these two merge, then there is a real understanding of what is that in front of you. Till then, you cannot understand. The same thing is being said in Upanishad as Tattvamasi, which means you are that. Unfortunately, several people are interpreting this statement you as the one miserable one analyzing it, trying to manage that situation, and that is what is called Brahman somewhere in the upper world, so-called upper world, and that both are same. You and that Brahman are one and the same. That's what they try to teach you. But that Brahman is in your mind, so you can never really understand what is that Brahman beyond your mind. But in that situation in front of you is very real. That is Shakti. That is really the meaning of that. And you and the one that you are trying to analyze are one and the same. That is the real meaning of Tattvamasi. So when that happens, when these two things merge, you will really feel what to do with that situation. Those are the two parts of yourself in your mind, and to really manage the situation, that has to merge, not by force, automatically, and that happens when you stop analyzing it. You just sit quietly, and that will come and merge with you automatically. Or even when you are not meditating, sometimes it just comes and merge with you, and then you really understood what really happened, and that will flash what you need to do. So, folks, that's what I'm trying to talk to you today. But before I finish, let me point out what is the usual tactics people employ to manage such situation is they try to escape from their situation. That is, you are the analyzer, the thing that is being analyzed, and you want to run away from it. And what normally do is, as people do in India these days, the heroes, they do this very normally in their movies. They go and drink. They go out and drink with their friends, hoping that that situation will go away. And you all know that it temporarily it goes away because your mind loses the capacity to analyze it, and then the whole thing comes back, doubling its force next day or soon. So any kind of escape that you try, either going to temple or doing the meditation, trying to suppress that thought that you're trying to manage, the incident that you're trying to manage, all those things will not help. All those escape mechanisms are temporarily giving you some kind of satisfaction, but they will come and haunt you. That will not give you the real solution to it. The real solution is to let that incident merge with you, so that there is no analyzer and analyzed separately, and no Shiva and Shakti separately. And when they merge, when the two things merge, then you will understand the real situation, and then some way of managing that situation will occur to you as a flash, in its own way, depending upon your mental capacity and your family situation and your life situation. That's what I want to talk to you, folks. Talk to you soon on another important topic very soon. Talk to you. Bye.